Let me know when you wanna start.
Yeah, yeah, like my combo?
You're gonna make me spit my water out, man.
Sound wave in the building. Sound wave in the building.
Sound wave.
Sound wave in the building.
Mix with Jinx from the Cream Team Sound.
Yes. Good evening. Welcome everybody to the Raw Report Mix Show. You know, we started off, we always do a little mini mix to start it off, you know what I mean? So we're gonna get live, get hype, get you really hyped before we start the show, you know what I mean? We got good topics like always. Let's get into the mix. Some of that new Vibes Cartel. Song is killing the place right now. Here we go. And this man is still locked up and still throwing out hits every week, you know what I mean? I've got a new Vibes Cartel also, you know I'm gonna play that today. But in the meantime, just gonna get live for the Raw Report Mix Show. Here we go. That one's called World Government Rhythm.
Now we do it. Raw Report.
And you see, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Raw Report _ Mix Show. You know why? Yeah. We be trending soon, you know what I'm saying? Raw Report Mix Show. I go man up Jinx from the Green Team. You know what I'm saying? I got our host in the building today too. Coco Leah. DJ Prime Time. He's getting himself all nice and pretty for the show. You know we do. Anyways, we're gonna keep it moving. Let's go.
What are you thinking about? I know my fault you are sinking about. You make the girl just a pimping about. But you stop link pussy where you're linking about. Them now move them need a engine mode. But you bet to me them I think is job.
Play some of that 6 boss. It goes by name of Squash. Let's go.
Shut down, will be action.
Yes.
Cameraman, you know what I'm saying?
Chronic Law from the 6. Here we go.
Green Team doing it big. I thought I was playing, man.
We're just gonna juggle that music. That's how we start the show every week. Little 10-minute mix. Let's go. Yes. That's Squash, you know what I'm saying? Gotta bring some fire before we start the show. Get y'all hype up. Let's go.
I'm me ex this a call but me hanging up. She buy me jewelry, drugs, fi friend me up. Me say 6 what I'm more than 10 up.
Ain't no totally a little intro to the show. So I'm just gonna juggle the music. Keep it going. Raw Report Mix Show. One of the biggest tools right now, master of the place. Vibes Cartel, thing called Tony Montana. Let's keep it moving. Whoa. It's gonna get live. You know what I mean? We soon start the show. You know we got the hard time tracking. Yes. Don't forget follow us on the Facebook too. Raw Report Mix Show. That's Raw Space Report Mix Show, one word. We got clips and all kinds of things up there. Information on us as a host.
Where you feel like you know scar face. Can't lock our rock your ass face. Can't lock our speed up your last face. No green island move out with the ass face. Where you feel like you know scar face. Can't lock our rock your ass face.
And see this tune, special dedication, all the scammers out there. Brick Prime.
When we are youth, we step up on, chatting a lot. Around with my mother phone, Spanish sound, carrying a gun, bang a phone, couple other phone. You think they are too loud, but I'm a class, my fast, have move up. On a school bus, the young and move right when you shoot gun. Them a call, which part of the union? Look more of the studio. I grade
That's right, we're back.
Here we go.
Loud and proud. Yes, we're back, guys.
Yeah. And don't forget too, you IG on my Instagram, Jinx_Cream Team. Yeah. And of course, the Raw Report is Raw Report _ Mixshow on IG.
Brick on brick. Brick on brick on brick.
Yes.
Brick on brick. Brick on brick on brick.
And you see this next tune? You see, Trinidad's got some wicked dancehall artists. Let me play one. Whoa. One of those Trini dancehall artists, you know, they're killing the scene right now. But it's not just Trinidad. Let me take you to the UK right now. The one called livedj. Whoa. You know we do Raw Report Mixshow. Follow us, Raw Report _ Mixshow. Jinx_Cream Team.
Anytime we chat is another.
Here we go. Oh.
Benz for the walk and the beam are just clear. My friend them a short is about that one that. Yeah, spliffing them out tonight. Both we have gone in the house, you're bright. Money nothing on me account tonight. So
Okay, let me light up some nice party music, right?
Bamba machine in a shot.
Yes.
Champagne glass for the bars.
You see, those are the hype vibes to get you in the mood, you know, and replace the party vibes.
Bamba machine in a shot. Champagne glass for the bars. The outfit are nasty in a ras.
Let me light up that bongo right now.
Pull up in a fresh and gas. My ride them never need gas. Time for put a beat. So madness when
So let's move. Oh. Yes. That's all my new bongo. Yeah, man. Don't let them just get to you, right? Whoa. Okay. Let me line up a new rhythm right now, you know. A new busy signal. This one called Yo. Okay. You see this tune? This rhythm, get used to it, you know. A nice party rhythm. We're gonna play a livedj on the rhythm. Here we go.
My life come here, my tongue clear. My life come to me that clear. Y'all say they will want to come, so we tell them.
You know what I'm saying? Just check out some early tunes.
Here, my life come around, go fat like.
Get you ready for the show. How we're gonna dig deep into the Raw Report, you know?
Stars on fly out here. Girls I like we like poor eyes, we like champagne, we like full price. Big bumper girl, they up on the bike. So we don't care, we are doing.
You know who's next on the rhythm?
When we party, we send out man.
I like it when they touch, I like it when they cool. The Benz zoom, yeah, car on the tour. I love it when they Kyle empty and can't afford. 100 strong when he dance.
Alright.
So he said, he have the pants, then the shirt, the matches, snap the Rolex and the shoes.
See, it's only a little quick intro mix. So I keep it moving. Strong applause.
Big things popping off in the club.
Yes.
Popping off in the club. Yeah.
Big things popping off on the Raw Report Mixshow.
Let's stop showing up.
That's right.
Yeah. Big things popping off in the club. We up buy out the bar, that's what's up. Yeah, when a real band player, we don't need no some of them thing when you want on the plug.
So what's the party vibes?
Literally me, I want a little party when you bounce pan rhythm like she bounce pan cocky.
Now if you want to bring get into the show, dive deep into the topics, you know what I mean? Remember IG, Raw Report _ Mixshow. Facebook, Raw Report Mixshow as well. And of course YouTube, same name, Raw Report Mixshow. Add us up, like and follow, and subscribe.
Let's stop showing love.
Here we go.
Big things popping off in the club when you buy out the bar, that's what's up. Yo, man, a real band player, we don't need no some of them thing when you want on the plug. Yeah. So we test in the streets, we look neat, so we clean, and we suit, get
I'm gonna play a new Vibes Cartel.
take over the club and she see.
You don't know this tune yet, get used to it. Here we go.
She couldn't manage, so she wants to buy the body like a chicken sandwich. The way you look good is like you go to college. Love how your body think.
Alright, I got one or two more tunes. And we're gonna get into the show, get into the topics, you know what I mean?
Treat you good, you want me, girl, now.
Raw Report Mixshow.
If you give away the pussy, never deal with badness.
Oh yeah.
What would I do with
And of course, don't forget at the end of the show, like and subscribe. You know what I mean? Follow the links down here. There'll probably be a video down here or a video over there. You know what I mean? Look for it, click on it, see some more clips from our show. Anyways, new Vibes Cartel.
Long as I have you, you want me got it. Oh yeah, you full of shot, but you woke up back on it. Big down in your phone, you better bubble pan it. One on the on your wrist, one on the on the matic. That back as you feel your record, that can you feel of it. You win the Oscar, feel the best one on the flag. Best performance by your girl when she got the cocky. To all you lucky girl, me sure me that go win the Grammy. What would I do if me never have you? Ever in a far shine to be my star. Now I feel like my die of your life. Can't be alone long as I have you. What would I do if me never have you? Ever in a far shine to be my star. Now I feel like my die of your life. Can't be alone long as I have you.
Yes. Cause you know some people, she gave me a reason why some people cheat, you know what I mean? I don't know if she's right or not, but let it go.
Robin never fuck with no shrimp party. Your cocky little butt still me have sympathy. You walk on a front door and fat pussy. And when you fly, but hook up and the calculator make me show you how much money go be spent for that here. So even if you try to diss me, you're not on style. People follow you, but dead be hungry.
My boom boom got to that too. Half of him and half of you, yeah. I should have just wanna move. To get stuck when you get the glue. My boom boom got to that too.
Yes.
Half of him and half of you.
Gosh.
Yeah. I should have just wanna move.
Well, I hope, you know, fellas up there, I hope no girl comes and tells you that, you know what I mean? Anyways, that was a pre-show, beginning of the show mix. Right now, we're gonna turn it over to my host for the show, Coco Leah, DJ Primetime. Take it away, my friends.
Yes, yes.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're on episode 2 of the 2020 Raw Report.
Yes, yes.
So, Coco Leah, we got Primetime.
You know?
And we got DJ Jinx.
Yeah.
And we got our members behind the camera there, production.
Yeah.
So, let's start this show off.
Yes, warm up.
All right? So, today's show is about relationships.
Y'all know about that.
All right? So, we can all relate to that in some way, shape, or form. It's quite a broad scale, but we're going to cover some interesting topics around that today.
Right.
I'm excited. So, there's a few funny facts. Interesting and funny. But there's some facts that I didn't even know. Well, there's plenty that I didn't know, but some of them I was just so shocked at. So,
Me too. Shit.
Yeah. So, did you know that, was it 4 minutes? It only takes 4 minutes for you to know if you like someone?
That's exactly the one I was looking at. And I was shocked because 4 minutes seems like it's a long time for that to happen, but it really isn't. So it kind of like took me over, like, damn, 4 minutes. I see her and it takes me 4 minutes to be like, yo, I love you.
Right?
Like, that's crazy.
I would think too, like, that's not, how do you know that in such a short period of time? But it's crazy. Very possible. There's that love at first sight.
Yeah, Janet Jackson.
That's not even 4 minutes.
Janet Jackson.
That's Briz is like, that's me.
3.5 minutes. Oh, 3.5 minutes.
Watch out.
He said 3, damn.
He said 3.
Oh man, even shorter.
Minutes. That's right. As you can see, it doesn't take long.
Oh man.
So what other fun facts do we have there?
Let's see. I'm gonna go into my sheets here. When two lovers gaze at each other's eyes, the heart rate synchronizes. What the hell?
Not sure if I believe that.
Yeah.
I have heard that before, but I mean,
zing, zing. You good? Yeah, I'm connected.
Right.
Like, what the? Because we looked at each other like, damn. One of our hearts malfunctions at one
the
point.
science of the body is I've learned it. Wow, I've learned that it's quite like it's pretty like once you're really connected, certain things can happen. I don't know if that's completely true, but I'm just saying.
Look, I don't know, but yo, this is some like some scientific type of foolery, I guess, because I look into her eyes and I'm connected. What
How
the
does
hell?
that happen so fast?
You know what I'm saying?
Right? And look at that. We got some zappy eyes.
We got some lightning eyes. Like, damn.
Okay, so this was a huge one.
Yep.
Okay? Falling in love has neurological effects similar to those of cocaine.
What the hell? Hey, I can believe that a little bit. Cause yo, there's some people out there that's crazy that be like, yo, I can't get enough of her. I can't leave him alone type stuff. Like, we all been through that. Like, girls not leaving me alone, calling me all types of hours, and I'm trying to get up for work, and you know what I'm saying?
Let the man sleep.
I think it's the dopamine, the same chemical that goes in your head.
Right.
That's exactly what they're saying. Yeah, it's like that addiction, like that high, that
same chemical effect.
Same chemical effect, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's crazy about that because, like, it makes you wonder, like, that makes you actually act that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you know yourself, like, oh my God, okay, I should calm down. You know when you find out, like, you're doing too much, especially if you're trying to get at a person at a club or whatever, and you're talking too much or you're nervous.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yo, calm down, but that's just pushing you a lot more.
To do more.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. To do the most.
Crazy.
To do the most.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Here's another one. So, cuddling releases natural painkillers.
Cuddling, y'all. Cuddling.
That's why girls want to do it so much, eh? That's why y'all want to be like, cuddle me. I'm
Bro,
in pain.
all I know, okay, is that when it's the time of the month, for us females, don't be acting brand new like we didn't do the last session about birth control and all this stuff.
Yeah, we did.
Don't be acting like, ew.
Yeah, we did.
When it's the time of the month, like, you want to like curl up into a fetal position and just
I like, because they're in pain, you know what I'm saying?
Go far away from everyone. If you get a little cuddle in there, yes.
Look, man.
You know what I'm saying? You do feel good. You feel good.
But you know, I don't know, man. I might have to sleep on the couch.
You might be sleeping out of the house.
Oh, man.
Drops mic.
I lie.
Or horn.
Whoops. Woo. Woo. So, we're going to keep it moving. You want to take this one over?
So this next one, even looking at a picture of a loved one relieves the pain. That's pretty intense. That one.
Like, let's say.
Never tried it, but.
Right.
Understandable. Okay.
I guess if the connection is so, like, at the end of the day, it's that chemical reaction that you have, that chemical connection.
Right.
So I think, if it's someone that you're so deeply in love with, and your feelings are so immersed within each other, then that could be very possible.
But it comes down to the fact that sometimes, like, you know, when someone dies, and then that's more of a picture for me. Like, oh my God, my wife is gone. Like, you know, and people are like widows, and you know what I'm saying. Like, that might be true in that sense, you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, all the listeners out there, let us know your comments on these topics. You know what I mean? If you believe them, don't believe them, any experiences you had with them, you know, just leave them in the comments, and we want to hear from you all too.
Yes, please.
All right, so moving on, we're going to get to the next one. People at the same level of attractiveness are more likely to end up together. The same level of attractiveness.
We will leave that up for interpretation.
Yeah, I need y'all feedback for that one.
Yeah.
Because...
Please.
What if I think I look better than you?
Is that superficial, or... And what do you mean by attractiveness, I guess I would ask?
I think they're talking more physically.
Yeah.
In this sense, which, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, how do you even know, like, you guys are at the same level? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, attractiveness is due to the fact that, like, if you're with someone, right? And then she's all dolled up and you're all, like, you know, suaved up. And then it goes to the fact that, like, do I look better than you today, or...
Who
you know what I mean? Like,
wins this
who
morning?
actually wins that to say, like, we are the same at the same time, you know?
Check the chart.
I know today you lost because
I get the sticker, you don't.
I like, and those jeans don't match your shirt, buddy.
Couples who are too similar to each other are not likely to last. This one right here, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yo.
Wow.
No, I would just say that's kind of the same as opposites attract, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right, but go ahead.
I was gonna say opposites attract, but then also people that have similar likes attract as well. So I think
I think it's either
whatever.
here or there. Yeah, me too.
Yo, I got a problem with this one.
What?
Because, it's just the fact that I feel like me and this girl that we're talking before, we're similar. Really similar. But it was causing a lot of friction. Like, you know when you want to be the aggressor, and it's just like, she wants to be the aggressor, and it's like, nobody...
Dominatrix. Sorry.
Exactly. Want to be like, no, let me talk first. Right, exactly. And it's like, no, you stop. No, you stop. You know what I mean? And it just gets to a point where you just like, can't deal with it, don't want to deal with it, and I need someone opposite of me. Like right now. ASAP.
Yeah, like this is not gonna work.
Yeah,
right?
It's very hard to.
No.
It's very hard to put that. The couples that are similar, to have their differences be situated. Like it's very hard. I don't think it was easy for me at all. Like even though we're similar, as in like we're lovey-dovey and all that, when it came down to the negatives, we're similar too.
Right.
So that's where it caused a lot of problems. You know.
And it would be hard, I guess, if you're exactly the same, because there's differences that, wouldn't keep it interesting, perhaps.
Ugh.
But also, having a lot of similarities would be, I think, a good thing. I mean.
Right, but then, like opposite attracts, when you're more positive than a negative person,
balance.
then you balance that out.
For sure.
Because they need that from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So, moving on, a heartbreak is not just a metaphor.
Yeah, this one's huge. So this one's actually talking about what they mean by that is literally that, like, there's people who go through traumatic experiences with losing someone they love, and it literally causes physical pain. Like, actual physical pain. Like somebody, like a husband and wife being married for, 75 years, 76 years plus, and one of them passed away. Mm-hmm. And then a week later, the other one passes. Or a month later.
That's
because
tragic.
It's like they love them so much, they literally, it's not that they don't love their family and friends that they leave behind, but it's just they were so in love with that person and cherish that person so much that heartbreak is so serious that it kills them.
Man.
That's...
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It's beautiful and not at the same time, right? It's like a beautiful thing that you love the person so much, but it's like, oh man,
Right.
Some people just can't work through it, I guess, you know what I mean? It's just, the stress is too much.
Yeah, man. It's way too much. What's the next one here? Romantic love eventually ends, only to be followed by committed love.
Could you explain that a little bit more?
So, what they're talking about is you're starting with romantic love until you get to a point where it's not just romantic love. You've now gone forward into the next stage of committed love.
Like
so you still have the romance and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But now you're like best friends with the person. You have that commitment that you like more trust. Basically, that stepping stone into having like a long-lasting healthy relationship.
And I think that's where healthy relationships actually start.
Yeah.
Because
of course.
A lot of people can tell you if you know a girl or you know a guy that you've been connected for so long.
Yes.
As friends for a long time, mm-hmm. or even if you dated and then came out of the relationship, when you guys reconnect, it's different. Like you get that spark, like not like a girl that you just wanted to date right away but didn't know.
Right. Yeah.
The connection is way different. Like I know that personally. Like being targeting women that I just lust over and not knew. It was kind of like.
Didn't work.
Damn, like this is not working. but like obviously I know this one that been around for many years. It kind of gives me a glance of how she is. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it just keeps me grounded with her, and I already know her ins and outs.
Right.
I think that's the best way. But
I agree.
Who's to say we're supposed to go through that and that's the way? We don't know too, right?
Teach their own, right? There's so many different ways that people go about things. It works differently for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense. What's this next one?
So people who are in love have chemical similarities with people with OCD. What the
Look at your eyes.
That's pretty intense.
What the hell? Yo, that one's a real raw one. You know what I'm saying?
Let me read it directly from here, okay? Because okay. So, studies show that people at an early stage of love have lower levels of serotonin, which is associated with feelings of happiness and well-being, and higher levels of cortisol associated with stress.
Wow.
It's crazy how the mind works.
It flips on you.
And like there's so much that we don't know, but it makes so much sense when you think about the chemical reactions, right?
And I think it's due to
insane.
that.
Yeah.
You know? It's due to your mind going through those situations. Because you know, once you're in a stressful state, it starts building up, you know? And it just takes over you. Like I feel like when I'm stressed, I kind of do the opposite. Like it was saying, like if I'm in a stressful state with something or a relationship, I find something better to just take that off of me, like right away, like, and it doesn't bother me, and then they feel like I don't care, but it's just like I'm not. It's just reverting, like you know, the chemicals are just saying, "Yo, not having
none of this." No.
I'll take this one.
Thinking of love and sex influences creativity and concrete thinking, respectively.
Just thinking or doing it too?
That's what I'm saying. Forget the thinking. Let's get to it. Let's get to it right now.
Because you're gonna be like all over the place. Your mind thinking about it all the time. You're like, yo, we gotta do it.
All right. Yeah, we gotta get a belt for that one. Forget the thinking. Let's go. It's raw time.
I can't concentrate on anything.
We need a white towel.
Oh man.
Throw it in. And give up.
What we thinking about?
You gotta think before you do.
What we thinking about? There's a bed right there. You over here, I'm over there.
What if there's no... Anyways.
What if there's no bed?
We'll make something happen.
Hey, we got a floor. What you thinking about? Alright, so we're going on to the next one. Oh, she's snorking.
You say snorking?
Snorking. She's snorkeling.
Wow! Alright. Towel!
So an attractive face is preferred over an attractive body for long-term relationship. Ooh, that one is heavy. What do you think, Cream?
Yeah, I want an opinion.
I would say if you're really talking about long term, it's kind of like what you're talking about before, about being like after the romance, being friends, right? So I think it's more the person themselves, because like there's a lot of people like, you know, they can get hot girls or they can get hot guys, but I think they just, you know, would rather be with someone they like. They're with it. They're not at that point.
Companionship.
Yeah, exactly. At that point, is companionship.
But then you know, you go on to looking at the face and the body too. So, but yeah, once again, we're on the Raw Report Mixshow.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about relationships. And one thing I want to get to, one thing I had on my mind, a little topic here. So. This one's kind of heavy. I want to hear you guys' personal... Okay, so... When you're dating someone, right?
Yes.
And, you know, every time we date someone, something goes... We don't really know the person truly, right? Like we were saying before, if you know someone for a long time, then it's gonna be kind of okay, but you still don't know them physically.
Right.
Because they can have any type of disorder, you know, other things going on with them, right?
Right. Yeah. You don't know.
This one is kind of crazy for me because I feel like a lot of people don't take this into consideration because we just talked about getting in the bed, you know, quick time. But we forget that basically STDs are around.
They're
right?
everywhere.
They're every single place. So at the end of the day, it's like, if you meet someone, you've been in a relationship for a minute, and then, you know, they're kind of feeling a kind of way about themselves because they might have an STD, right? And everyone would know, like, that's kind of hard. That's kind of hard to come across and say, you know what?
How do you tell the person?
Right, Layla.
Layla.
Like Coco.
Leia.
Coco Leia. So, I have herpes. I don't.
What?
I don't.
Oh, hey,
No, I know. It's a skit. It's a skit. All right, let's play this out. Let's play this out. Yeah.
All right, so we played this out. All right, and Prata don't have that. I'm just saying. But let's be serious.
Yeah.
To those who do, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all can relate. So leave a comment to let us know your personal situation.
Yes, please.
So we've been going at it now for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
I really like you, but I came to a point where I'm saying now, like, I have to let you know something.
What?
Yeah, we've been having sex and all that, but you know, I just never did it when I was in quote unquote showing. Okay? What I mean by that is I have herpes. So right there, how would you feel that they came to you with respect, obviously, towards you to say, yo, I don't want to go on longer and make you see that I was playing you and I had a situation that I should have told you about, right? But I didn't think it was getting that serious yet.
Right.
So, how would you feel and what would be your reaction to this situation? And then we'll move on to Cream after.
Okay, so firstly, yes, them coming, the fact that they're open to come forward with that. Obviously, you have to respect the fact that they're man or woman enough to come say that.
And that's hard.
You better do it, though, because, I mean, herpes ain't no joke, okay? It's not like some little, even smaller ones aren't small anymore. But I would be, glad that they told me, but obviously the first thing is I'm ticked off, right? I'm so cheese. I'm terrified because now that means I must have it, right?
Yeah.
But I think the part that you said where, let's say you're the one telling me.
Right.
You didn't think that we were serious enough. We were at a point where you didn't think we were serious enough, so you were kind of playing around a little bit. And then this ended up happening. So right there, if you're seeing someone for about a year to the point where, you know...
And it wasn't serious, right? It's
just... That's why you have to be able to see if it is serious and one of you thought yes and the other one thought no.
Right.
That communication, like we always say, communication is key.
Huge.
So you got to make sure from the get-go you know what this is. Is this just a bam bam? Or is this from time to time?
Is this
or is this a... Okay? Which one is this? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I know.
Sorry, what did you say?
You should have been... No, I'm joking. But yeah, if they're not serious, there's so many relationships where they're not serious, so they are playing around. So I mean, what are you gonna do? That's why all the more reason why y'all should tune into our first episode when we discuss birth control.
Right. Huge.
Maybe you should have another one just strictly about STDs.
And you know, another point I want to put in there, right, is that fact that people do play around though, right? Because enough people be like, I don't want to have sex right now. And then you feel like it's you, right?
Yeah.
Or, I'm not into it. And you feel like it's you. So then that's what makes, I think, a lot of people, because I have friends that I know back in the past that told me about situations of their lover, and I knew them too.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of hard. Like,
awkward.
Right. It was kind of hard hearing that, but, you know, they've been together for a while, and it just I think the love caused her not to, or him not to, you know, make it fall apart.
Yeah.
But, like I said, one thing I stress that people shouldn't do is wait. Like, my opinion, don't wait. You might as well let them know to make them understand. Because some people,
for sure.
when we're talking about relationships and love and attraction and all these facts, some people, it's not like they don't mind it, but the love takes over sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it causes them to put that situation into a better perspective, you know?
No, that's totally, I agree, totally. You gotta tell them.
What do you think, Jinx?
Well, I do think, like, a year might be kind of a little long still, you know what I mean? That's a whole year, you know, like, that's a bit long, you know? It's like,
a bit long for what? To just be bam bam?
No, to not to tell the person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
that'd be crazy long.
Yeah, well, that's what.
No, I thought he was saying that you were talking for a year.
Yeah, talking. So
but I thought you said okay.
It was
so
gonna get serious. You had You had,
Okay.
but it's protected, and
Yeah.
then it seems like it's getting serious now.
Okay, so the relationship's getting serious.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to. You're kind of feeling it, so you're like, I gotta tell them.
You gotta make it right.
That's a tough one.
Right.
From like, and you're, I guess, what I'm answering from the perspective of the person that doesn't have the disease, obviously, right?
Yep.
So that's kind of.
Well, you probably do, but.
Ooh.
Oh, hey.
Well, if the other person had
at
it.
that point, at that point in time.
Don't worry,
right?
I'm not
Yeah.
saying, you know.
But I think, honestly, they should let you know, or maybe subtly be like, let's, I don't know, like, it's tough, like, how they're going to bring it up, because obviously they don't want to be shunned or looked down upon or something,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? At the same time, though, to be fair to the other person,
Yeah, you gotta let them know.
let them know, because, I mean, there's herpes, there are all kinds of diseases out there, too,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
I mean, there's some that you can get, stuff for that you can get rid of them, but,
Yeah.
I mean, herpes stays with you, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
And there's different kinds.
yeah, right. And I'm not sure how the medication works now. If it, like, I know it doesn't go away, but if you can, like, suppress it all the time
Yes.
or
Yeah.
whatnot. Cause
Yeah, I think there's a medication to suppress it.
Yeah.
Because then if they're suppressing it, I mean.
But I think you gotta take it every day or something like that.
Yeah, so I would say, they should, if they're taking, they should take it, number one. They should be taking
right,
it, right?
take it.
They should be taking it, right?
Every day.
And then, yeah, I think they should, if they're taking, they should maybe bring it up at least sometime, or, even, yeah, I think somehow bring it up, or subtly bring it up, or even, talk to them some hypothetical conversation and.
Guess what?
I got something to tell you.
By the way, I got herpes.
Well, on a serious note, like I said, you know what I'm saying, for all the viewers out there that, going through that situation, like I said, I feel like, you guys should give that person the benefit of the doubt of knowing,
Yeah. Have that respect.
Gotta be honest, right?
Yeah, the respect is all due, because, you know what I'm saying, if you do love that person, you never know. They might love you enough to say, we'll work it out, we'll try to figure out the situation, go about it this way, educate yourself, but let them know.
I was gonna say one last thing too. Is I think it's the same as if the person had any disease. They should kind of let them know, right?
Yeah.
True.
No, that's true. You have to let them know. No matter what.
Right.
All right, so I think another important part about relationships,
Right?
questions rather. So when you've decided now that you are serious about whomever you were talking to before,
Yep.
okay? When is it a good time to do the following? Get intimate, so be sexual, right? Meeting each other's parents,
Oh, shit.
moving in together,
Oh, shit.
getting married, and or raising a family if you choose to, and that kind of ties in with purchasing a home, because really everyone's different. So those are really common questions that I feel like anyone would be thinking of, right? So what do you guys think first when it comes to being intimate? What do you think the timeline should be of you being in, like, when you should start that process? Yeah, prime time and change. Like, you start. No, you.
You want? Honestly,
That's why he's like, buddy,
from the get go.
right away, day one, lock it in.
I mean, obviously, don't pressure nobody to do something they don't want to do or whatever. You know what I mean? But like, if the time's right, the time's right. You can't. I don't think you could put an actual time on it, because you might have met the person. Maybe you're been spending a whole lot of time that whole day with them or something, or maybe whatever. The time's just right, or that you feel like you're into that person enough. Just don't pressure the person into doing something they don't want to do. You know what I mean? That's
yeah. And connection time, I think, is different for everybody.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it depends on. I mean, there's obviously the physical attraction as well as the other attractions as well.
Right.
And some people at first may not be physically attracted, but then later they grow attracted to
Very true.
the person. So
It can vary. This is gonna be deep.
Yo, you know the thing is, everyone says it's like, yo, it's 2020. Last year they said it's 2019. What are you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. Me, I feel like personally, if you're at my house, that makes me feel like you want it. Personally, Because even a parent situation is like, you're not just gonna bring anyone to your parents. So it's like you're not just gonna bring anyone to your house, and not only that, they're not gonna allow themselves to come.
Yeah.
You know, some girls they be like, when you're like, oh, you want to chill? Where at? My house.
Oh.
No. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they already know.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, nah, hell no, we're not going there, buddy. We might go to the movies if you want. You know, they want you to spend your money. So at the same time, it's like, okay. But like I said, it depends. Me personally, if you at my house, let's get it on. You know
let's get it on.
It just feels that way. It just feels that way. But you gotta feel it too. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, oh, she's at my house. This means this. But it has to be a feeling between it to be like, something's going on here.
Yep.
A little Netflix.
Yep. Netflix and chill, no chill.
A little like she put her head on my shoulder. That means something.
Put your head on my shoulder.
A little sipping on some scissor.
Some champagne, and you know what I mean?
A little sipping on some
Champagne,
scissor.
because I get the strawberries and chocolate and... All right.
Sipping
Another
on some
show.
scissor.
That's this guy's a little love boy. He's like, yo, you want some scissor and some weed?
Let's do
Oh
it.
my God,
You know some of those girls want that. You know what I'm saying? To get them stoned in.
You got any Hennessy at your house?
Yo, I'm telling you that's the biggest giveaway.
Right, Henny?
Biggest giveaway. If a girl's like, you got alcohol
or weed,
it's a wrap. She's gonna. It's just a sign for us guys. I feel like, why you asking me if I have weed? That ding ding ding. Obviously, you know, she can. If she comes and smokes,
she needs to be elevated.
Hold on. If she comes and smokes and drinks and leaves, she's never coming back. She never.
No, you lost.
You ain't never coming back here.
No, you're a user.
I went to get that at LCBO. You come drink it off and you go home. Exit.
Exit with some respect.
Exit.
So there was a study done. I have my opinion. I'll tell you just now.
Okay.
But it says, based on the findings of several studies, suggests that at least 3 months into a relationship, or when it's clear the honeymoon phase is over, is the best time to start having sex. You know what I thought was funny about that, actually? What? Listen, you know what I thought was funny? It was the fact that, okay, your honeymoon phase is coming to a close. You got to do something to bounce back.
Come here.
To keep this train going. So, let's have sex.
Let's show something.
Right? It's like, let's save this. That's basically what that said to me when I read it.
Trust me, 3 months?
Is that from a religious website?
No, don't listen.
Jesus.
That's ChristianMingle.com or something, yo.
Jesus.
That was funny though, the way they said it. It's like, basically when the honeymoon phase is over, you need to save yourselves. So, you need to get busy, okay? That's just a little note of advice.
Y'all need to make sure y'all married.
And make sure you don't do no funny business before the wedding.
Oh,
not in my house.
Yeah, no
until you move out.
I know, right?
But yo, honestly, 3 months. I did a 3 months thing.
Yeah.
I did.
Me too, just about pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
It's kind of hard.
But listen. Yo, you know the biggest thing is though. 3 months, she gives it up. Y'all dating now. Yeah, ring that bell. Oh, hey, whoa, it's getting raw in here. Oh,
you got Hercules.
Freeze! We need you.
I'm on bell duty.
Fix it again.
Yeah, that was almost.
You almost took someone's eye.
Say hi to Prince, everyone.
Oh shit.
So
I'm on bell duty again.
Right? I'm getting some look right now.
Hey, I was about to lose a limb or something.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry.
Honestly.
This is prime time.
She mad at the bell. She's like,
the show is not insured.
She's like 3 months.
She's taking her aim right there.
Practice.
We've been waiting too long. But yeah, like I said, I waited 3 months. But like, you know, the waiting situation doesn't make sense to me. Like, what is it proving? Like, unless you're getting married, you're very religious. I get that part, right? Like, for all y'all that religious, I get it. You can't deal with your religion like that. You got to be respectful and follow your religion, right? For all those that don't follow religion, and this feels like they're living life the way they want to, like I said, the connection has to be there. Why wait? And like I said, I waited 3 months and I'm still not with the girl now. So what did it prove? Like, you know what I'm saying?
See, I think it could go either way. So I think, like, when people wait a certain amount of time, it could also be because perhaps they have had experiences in the past.
That's exactly
where they've had negative experiences and they just feel like, you know what?
That's exactly
I want to just make sure that this is the right move. Take time. Let that person know where I'm at up here mentally and everywhere. And just see if that person is willing to, respect that and be on the same page with you about it. Because really what the point is that people try to make with that is that the less, because sometimes when you add sex in too early, it's said that can conflict with you really getting to know the person because you're really having sex. You're not getting to know them. But then there are other cases where you are having sex earlier and getting to know the person at the same time. So again, it's teach their own, really. But I just think, like, on my end, I'm saying, I know that for me personally, I've taken certain time before because I wanted to personally, make sure it's the right move.
So due to nothing, you just wanted
to make sure I'm making the right choice. Because I also have a kid, right? So the choices that I make, every choice I make, I think of him first.
Right.
So if I'm going to be seeing somebody, I don't want them to meet my kid, for example, too soon in, right? And then do I want to have sex with them too early where then I miss out on getting to know them and something happens and you're not able to repair that kind of thing?
Right.
So there's a lot of different factors to think about, but a lot of different ways to look at it, basically. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And we'd love to hear everybody else's points,
yes.
You know what I mean? Like, if you've got views on this, leave them in the comments, you know what I mean? And we check the comments and reply to the comments as well, so, you know what I mean? We can keep that conversation going.
Mm-hmm. So, meeting the parents.
Meet the parents.
Oh, God.
We need the bell for this one, man.
Thank you, Briz.
Thank you, Briz.
Hey, Briz, I'm going to hold this.
Yeah, you hold it.
Please do.
I'll say ding, 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 and you ring the bell.
Matter of fact, I'm going to put it right here. Yo, Jinx, you can handle that.
But I
She's got a timeout for the bell.
Yeah, she got a timeout
for the bell.
Because my head's about to get timed out.
Y'all left me with the horn, though.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, shit.
No.
My right ear.
Let's make a trade.
Let me stand there. You
that one can break. That one doesn't.
Breaks my ears, though.
I know, right? I know, it's too much. Meeting the parents. How long do you think, or maybe it's not a timeline per se, but when do you think it's right to have your spouse meet your parents? Or
I'm going to go at this one.
Do it.
The thing is, does it even matter? That's what I want to know. Does it even matter? Because there are situations where people are like, oh, I'm connected to my mom or my father or both of them, and they're very influential in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And their decision makes me make my decision, so I get that part.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Besides that, what's the point? This is me and you.
Yeah.
And we're dealing with ourselves. Parents are going to pass on. And we're going to have to be parents ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the time limit,
yeah.
I don't think there's a time limit. I think like where people like Janet Jackson and other people that fall in love in like 2 seconds, quote unquote, they see someone, that 4-minute situation.
Buddy. Yeah.
That 4-minute situation.
Yeah.
That shit happens for real. So, yeah, there's no time limit. I feel like anytime, like, especially when we're talking about the sex situation.
Yeah.
I think it's the same with the parents.
Okay.
When you're ready, she's falling in love with me already. I want you to meet my mom. What?
Okay. Well then, we're going. Jinx.
We're going. Yo, I don't know yet.
What do you think, Jinx?
I would just say kind of the same thing. I mean, I guess it's just like your parents don't necessarily need to meet them. I mean, unless you're like planning on getting married or maybe if you're moving in together or something like that. But I think it's the same as if they're going to meet them, just not like, oh, when's the time? It's just like, oh, we happen to be picking her up and the parents are there. Yeah, they meet them or, meet the friends or whatever. You're going to run into them at some point. But I don't think it's like we got to plan the right time to meet. It's just like, oh, when are you going to meet the friends? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
You think that's an old-fashioned type thing?
I think so, but also depends how crazy your parents are too, right?
That
Like,
too.
some people
Yeah,
have crazy
man.
parents, and they're like, yo,
Yeah.
I don't want,
We don't need to meet them right now.
Yeah.
You walk up, you're like, to her dad, like, hi, friend.
I want to
think
make
it's
sure
gonna
she
work.
really loves me first before she meets the parents. You know what I mean? There's
Right?
some people's
Yeah.
but
Yo.
You're right about that.
yeah, I think it's old school kind. I mean, I think it's not really like it should be such a big thing. I think it's just like, oh, if you want to meet them, you meet them. If you don't want to meet them, if you happen to be going out and it's, oh, we're gonna go out to a family event and I'm inviting you, then obviously meet them. Or
Right.
But I don't think it's like, okay, we're gonna pick a day and we gotta meet them. I gotta be all prim and proper and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
you know what I
the
mean? I think
nerves.
it's just like
Nerves.
if they invite you over for dinner, then boom, they meet you. If you can make it, you can make it. If you can't, you can. I don't think it's I don't think it should be like a big thing. I think it's
You
more.
should make it.
But I think it's better, maybe not to have a whole, let's sit down for dinner, but just more meet in passing. Like, you see them, say hi, picking them up. Oh, you're whatever, Johnny, and you know what I mean? They
Hey, Johnny.
meet them and say, hey, how you doing? Boom, 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 and then you're off. Where you sit down, then to like a dinner, then it can get real awkward.
Formal.
Or
Yeah, and they're grilling you, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
that's different.
Or you,
Yeah.
That's what you want
you don't
to
have, or you don't have nowhere to live, and you gotta live with her.
then
you gotta
you
meet
gotta
her.
meet them. Yeah.
Yeah, then you
know
don't
what
really
I'm
have a
saying?
choice
Then
in
you
that
gotta meet
matter.
her.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
So this study made me, I was like, wow. Okay? So they said that introducing a partner to your parents shouldn't be done from anywhere between 6 months to a year.
I'm guessing they're talking more formally though, right? As opposed to just
Just meeting the parents, period.
Yeah, I would say formally, but I think just meeting them, like say you pick them up from the dad's work or something like that, or
Well, see,
yeah.
some people, like me, for instance, in certain at certain times in my life, I'll say, my parents wouldn't have met who I was with unless it was like more formal.
Okay.
Like a real
Like it
serious-
wouldn't be
you guys
like,
are-
oh, I'm with them right now, and like one of my parents, for example, might pick us up from the movies or wherever. No, no, because like when I was living at home, I wasn't even allowed to date.
That too.
So I mean, that's a
That complicates
problem
things,
already.
That
Like,
complicates
That
things.
too.
yeah, quite a
Oh
lot.
man.
About 6 months to a year. Well, that's gonna be longer, guys. It's gonna be longer. Can you hold off? Can you hang on tight?
6 years? What you talking about? 6 months?
Like, girl, bye. Girl, bye.
But yeah, make sure y'all put your comments on this situation as well. You know what I'm saying? Leave comments on the Raw Report page. And yeah.
Let us know what you think. Yes. So some points for that when to meet, when it's appropriate, or when it's the right time, rather, for you to have your spouse meet your parents. They said introducing the fact that they've introduced you to their friends. So if you're with someone and they've introduced you to their friends, that's kind of a sign like, oh, so they're already showing their friends that they're in a relationship with me. Maybe that means, they're really committed, and I could show them to my parents. Right?
Well, that's a sign, I would think.
Because it's kind of close to family.
Right.
Another one was they act like they are in a committed relationship. That would be another reason.
Should be.
They've introduced you to their parents.
Damn. Now I gotta call my mom.
Right? It's like, so I met your parents, now you gotta meet mine? As you tremble.
Or you
tremble while you say it.
Exactly. Or you say, do you actually want to meet my mom?
You sure? Are you sure?
She don't like nobody.
You gonna have problems. All right, so in relationships, when you think you should move in together, this is a huge, big one for me. This is one of my favorites. Let's go.
I wouldn't put a
Yo, this guy
on it.
Let's go.
Jinx kills me, man. Like,
You know it's gonna be
kills
serious
me.
right now.
He's just like, no, you ain't coming over here.
I don't know, man. Like, it depends too. Like, I guess on the person you're with and stuff. Because sometimes being around the person too much can be like too crazy. Like sometimes it's better not, even though you want to be around each other, but being around each other too much
Right.
is gonna be, you're gonna get on each other's nerves too much, and then that may affect your actual relationship, as opposed to, maybe you not necessarily living together, but they stay at your house for a couple days a week and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's one thing, but moving in and always being together, especially if you guys are always home at the same times, then you can get on each other's nerves, right?
That's true.
So I don't know.
Right.
Also, you want to get to know like their habits too.
Yeah, exactly. Big time.
Do they like snore? Do they like do this? Do they are they clean? Are they like not?
Yeah, are they clean? Yeah.
I mean, do they do they actually are they like messy? I mean, meant to say, are they messy or not messy? Do they
clean.
Like slobs?
Or clean?
Are they hygienic?
Yeah. Do they do weird stuff like like with the way they organize things or with their food or sleeping or I don't know. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Make sure you pick the right side of the bed because you'll be stuck with that for the rest of it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my God.
Make sure you get the side you want, you know what I mean? Because you'll be stuck with that for the rest of your life.
That's so true.
But,
what do you think, Prime?
damn. I think,
It's going to be loaded.
this situation right here is how you actually know that you and that couple are good, I feel. Because when you move in, like Jinx was saying, you got to deal with a whole lot, right? And you don't know somebody until they move in with you.
That's so true. You really don't.
So, all this dating that y'all was doing before, all this pick me up at here, drop me here, or I need this much money because I'm broke, blah, 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 this and that. When they move in now, it's a whole different person.
Amplified.
Whole different person. So I feel like they got to come over a bit. They got to spend a couple weekends. You know what I'm saying? They got to spend a little bit of time. Or take, like, if you're going on a vacation, spend time with me for a week at my house. Then that's how I feel, and that's what I've done already. Yeah, that's why. That's why my room is empty. You know what I'm saying? And it's only me. But yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like, yeah, you gotta stay. You gotta stay with me a couple weeks or a week. Not even a week. Maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I can feel you out and not tell you that I'm actually looking. No, I'm actually looking.
Right?
So that's
on the hush.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like, and I even said it in this study here, if you're already successfully cohabitating, so like sleeping over at each other's houses and stuff, because then you kind of already see how they are at their house, and you can see how they are at your house. Like, do they leave stuff lying around, like you said? Do they leave dishes? Do they... do they do stuff?
Can they cook?
No, it's on me, yo. It's on me. So, yeah. Also, if you've taken, like, if you've been able to do certain things, like take vacation together successfully.
Yep.
Right?
Like I was saying, yep.
I think house is better than the vacation, though.
Oh, way better. Yeah. You have to know how they live. Like, a vacation is one thing, but actually being in their home, seeing how they respect or don't respect their own space.
Right.
And then how that affects your own space.
Y'all need to take some time and actually stay at each other's house.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Yep. Over a good period of time, yeah.
Right.
You need to be able to see, because things might not happen. Like, I know some people that even though they do that,
yeah,
they need to know
Still don't.
ahead of time, because they won't clean up until they know their girl's coming.
I lie.
No, man.
Or they will.
So it's like fake the whole time.
Yeah, or they'll leave the house mad messy, be like, what? Like, what? What you mean, what?
You gotta clean that up.
What is this?
Right?
Like,
well, crazy thing, I think a lot of people also, when you're first dating, they kind of put on a front, right?
Oh,
they want,
for sure.
they want you to like them, blah, blah, blah.
Easy.
So they're not going to do anything messy, whatever. So, like you guys are saying, when you guys move in, not move in, but when you start staying longer periods of time at each other's house,
sure.
You start seeing them when they're relaxed, when they're not putting on a show, when they're just, being themselves.
Yep.
Because a lot of times when you first meet, that other person's not really being themselves. They're being what they think you want them to be like.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone is, right?
Yeah.
We all are. Like, let's not
play. You want to go through hell and high water to make sure, I'm doing everything perfectly the way they probably want it.
As soon as anybody step outside, we're doing that. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of girls don't even want to eat in front of guys or whatever, you know what I mean?
They're on their own.
Coco's like, oh, damn, I'm about to eat this whole thing and get a second plate.
Facts.
What do you mean?
Sometimes a third.
There it is.
Buffet style.
I think like a huge one. It was in this study too, but a huge one for me would be making sure that financially you guys have communicated openly. So you're able to talk about money on a regular basis with no stressful talks. Like you're able to be open and honest about your own finances, being open about your debts, that kind of stuff.
That falls into like purchasing a home together. Right?
Exactly. So knowing like if you have any debts, like I wouldn't want to be even buying a house if I still have other debts. I want to make sure that stuff's clear before I even and going into relationships and going into owning a home and or moving in together and stuff. That's like a huge deal. And you're like the resentment that can form from not doing that properly after. You better pray that the love is enough to get you through. Because financial, I don't know if you've ever seen that show. I always forget her name. I feel so bad. But the lady who does that show, Till Death Do Us Part.
Yeah, I remember that.
She has another one called Princess.
I think it was TLC.
She has another, or Slice.
Yeah.
She has another show, Princess, for like people who aren't in a family environment, but they might have a girlfriend or boyfriend, or might even be single. And that show, she even says it on that show so many times that money is the number one reason people split up.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
And you learn through that show too that a lot of people don't handle their money properly, and that ruins things. So yeah, that would be a big reason for me.
True.
As to whether living together would be good. So yeah, hit us up in the comments again and let us know what your opinions are. There'll be other facts that we'll be listing at the end of the show, so you guys can check those links out and do your own research too.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into a little break. All right. So if you need to go get some food, smoke, go to the washroom, do what you gotta do, and we'll be back soon to continue our
the
episode.
Raw Report Mixshow.
That's right.
Yes, you know where you at. You're on the Raw Report Mix Show.
That's right.
Right back at it. You got Coco Leia up in the building.
Whoop whoop.
Jinx Cream Team on the 1 and 2s.
Yeah.
And myself, Prime Time. We got Brizzy on the camera.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying? But yeah, if y'all didn't know, we talking about relationships today. And we went through a couple segments.
That's right, we did.
STDs. Getting to know the parents. Vibes on relationships. Physical, emotional.
Yeah.
But we're getting into the real nitty gritty.
Yeah. These are big ones.
The nitty gritty for all y'all that want to play around. But yo, Crimsy, take it over for us, man.
True. Well, now I think we're getting inside the other side of relationships. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. These things are what really, they're real serious. Like Primetime was saying. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants to be in a relationship, wants it to be mutual, but there's always that one thing that could just destroy everything, and that's cheating. You know what I mean? So yeah, cheating is a serious thing. So right now I want to talk about cheating in a relationship. You know what I mean?
All right, let's get to it.
So actually, first I'll just bring it up to you guys.
Right?
Have either of you guys ever cheated in a relationship?
I'm hiding.
Well, we know Primetime's answer.
Not in the one you're in right now. Not in the one you're in right now. I don't want to get nobody to I'm playing. But
I didn't say shit.
He's pleading the fifth. My answer is no, but I have been cheated on. Yes.
That sucks.
It's life.
I think mine is more like, you know, I was young.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah.
I was young, really young. I mean, like grade 9.
Well, here's the question then. What do you?
So you weren't that young, but you were young.
Yeah.
I was young.
So what would you guys consider cheating? Like some people have different views of what cheating is. Like whether is it actual having sex intercourse? Is it kissing somebody? Is it, you know what I mean? Like.
Okay. So I feel, first of all, like I was saying earlier in the show, that first and foremost, you need to make sure that you have adequate communication, so that both sides knows what stage you're at in whatever you're doing. Whether it's you're just dealing with the person and talking to them, dating, you know, but you're dating other people, or whether you're exclusive.
Yeah.
So now let's say you both know that you're exclusive. So there's no reason why there should be kissing anybody else or doing anything further by anybody else. Okay?
So kissing. So bottom line, kissing is cheating in your.
No,
eyes.
I was getting to that point now. In my opinion, cheating is when you like do the deed, like when you have sex. However, I put kissing, like anything that you're not supposed to be doing with anyone but your partner. I would consider that's in that category of cheating.
True.
So physical.
Yeah.
Just different.
So physical.
Different.
Yeah, but you could also have emotional.
Well, I was
right?
gonna bring that up.
So
too.
let's say now, especially when it comes to females are more emotional based, right?
Right.
So, okay, I can't really say guys and girls, because there's girls that would just be like, wham bam, thank you, sir, and
I'm a man.
be on my merry way.
I'm a man.
You know, but there are people who can carry on like emotional relationships and be quite attracted to that person, but they've never actually kissed them or had sexual intercourse, anything of that nature whatsoever. But I still feel that is also, even if you haven't necessarily cheated, you've already crossed that line.
So where's the line from, I guess, you know, your significant other being really good friends with someone of the opposite sex to emotionally cheating?
I think if you're talking about stuff that's like more on a sexual level, right?
Okay.
If you're being inappropriate, like, you know how some people are friends and they might make sexual jokes, but it's like whatever, like here or there, like things
Like, yo,
said.
stop
like,
it, Prime. Like,
yeah, like when you're starting to like really entertain something that would normally be inappropriate. Like for me, the easiest way I look at things is how would I feel if I was in that person's shoes.
True.
So if somebody, for instance, there's been times where people try to talk to me a type of way, but I think to myself, what if my partner had somebody talking to them,
or if they were there,
right?
like
If they're sitting right beside me and they wouldn't be okay with me carrying on this type of conversation that has nothing to do with them being insecure or anything like that, it's just wrong, then you have to think that way. That's how I think, right?
True.
If I can't do it in front of them, then it's not right.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
So how about you, Primetime? What's your views?
As his eyes enlarge.
Yo. First of
This is a raw report. Don't be lying up in here.
Yeah.
First of all,
She got the lie detector buzzer right there, so you know.
Yo, I will blow that eardrum, bro.
Yeah.
oh shit.
It senses bullshit too. So.
Oh shit.
No, I got that on lock right here. No, I'm just joking. Sorry.
First
go
of
ahead.
all, shout outs to the people that don't cheat. First of all, but who doesn't?
If there are
Just
any.
kidding. No, but like, yo, sexual intercourse is like you're done. You're dead. Dead meat. Gone.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Right?
Obviously, I think everybody would agree.
But you know what, too? Like, you're talking about the emotional side of things. Like, I know some girls that I know. We won't say no names, you know what I'm saying? But, yo, they be acting like they don't even have a man
Oh my god.
when they're in different places.
Say it again.
They be acting like they don't even have a man
Oh my god.
when they're in different places.
Say it again.
So it's like, biggest place, right?
I'm gonna mention
And that's a crazy thing too. Us as DJs, we be in a club all the time, and girls be throwing themselves or whatever, You know, but at the same time,
You know how we do.
you know, Jinx has him on lock. You know what I'm saying? Every time, it's like 10 years in the game. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, some of them might be knowing, right? And I know they got mans and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they be talking to everybody else like they don't have a man, and I know your man. That's what's even crazier. So we go to that part, that the emotional side is right there. So she's talking to people like she don't have a man at home. Like the ways she's talking.
Yeah, body language.
The body language.
Yep.
And if you're standing there, you know you wouldn't be doing that, right?
Very flirty, right?
Exactly,
So
yeah.
that's a little thin line right there, right?
Right.
Because she could be friendly, and then she's not trying to be friendly. She's trying to get a number or whatever. But then she takes the number with the gestures. So then, you know, it's very complicated in that situation because they could be like, "Yo, you're insecure, chill," right? But my bottom line, for my sake,
Yep.
text messages, right? Like you're saying, talking to a guy friend or a girl talking to a guy talking to a girlfriend. Text messages sometimes come across very sexual and etc. So coming down to it, I feel like, if you touch my girl physically and she lets you, she's cheating.
Yep.
What about phone sex? That's not touching.
Right. If I catch you talking on the phone and I walk in, or even if I don't walk in, you think I'm sleeping, you're in the bathroom like, yeah, he's sleeping, and I hear you, that's cheating. Anything that's suspicious that you know you're not supposed to be doing mentally.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some people are blunt. Yeah, I'm just talking to Felicia. What you mean? Shut up, man. Right? So anything that you're doing behind doors, I feel is cheating.
Yeah.
Physical or emotional. Because you wouldn't be doing it in front of me, right? You wouldn't be doing it in front of me, right? So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
True. Sorry, you were gonna say something about when we were talking about the clubs?
Like, that's an understatement. How many times you want to be that girl that like walks by the girl like, "Hey, how's Johnny doing?"
You know what I'm saying?
You know your man. I'm sorry. At home right now,
Jeez.
taking care of the kids. There's way too many females like that, and there's way too many men. The thing about it is females get away with it, I feel, more than men do. I'm just putting it out there.
Also, I think a lot of females, too, they sometimes try to get some stuff from guys at a club. They want to be all flirty. They get some free drinks and stuff.
Heck yeah.
And they don't want to, but they're not necessarily going to entertain the flirtiness, but they're just out there flirting. But the only problem is then the other person feels, oh, they're into me now, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Wrong message.
Yeah, then you get things, just goes downhill from there.
Misleading.
And then, and also if anyone else sees you, they're they're like, yo, say one of like, say it's a girl, her boyfriend's friend sees you, they're like, yo, I seen Keisha at the club and she was flirting up with these guys in the VIP booth. And boom, she's just there taking shots from the bottle straight, and you know what I mean? And so
I feel that, first of all, I don't even know why people do that. I find that so incredibly silly and hilarious.
Taking
just
shots
because.
from the bottle,
No. Sorry. I wasn't specific.
Hell no.
I know, right? How dare you? No. I'm sorry.
That's crazy shit, though.
I should have been specific. Like, if you're in a relationship and then you go to a club that, like, it's not a random club that you wouldn't usually go to. It's
like
a club that
club?
you usually... No, it's a club you usually go to.
Okay.
So, like, how are you not going to be seen?
especially if it's a local.
You know what I'm
mean,
saying? Like, why would you do that? First of all, you shouldn't cheat, right? And you shouldn't be sneaky. But I just find it hilarious when people are so,
oblivious.
Yeah, let's go to the same club that we usually go to, even though this time I'm going to be with Sarah and not Michelle. Like, buddy, can you at least be better at it?
But I think they know, They just they at that point, they don't care. Like, I don't care. When they
Some of them are like that.
Like, I don't care.
Some are like
I'm
that.
going to get caught and I don't care.
It's like, until that girl shows up at the club, it's like, oh my God.
Yo, because
I did not think she was going to do all of that.
Because you see those moments where she shows up and she's like, and then he's like, I don't give a fuck. And he takes this girl goes. Like,
you guys must see some funny stuff from your room,
yeah. Bro.
I sit back and I see stuff too when I would go to the clubs, and I would see a lot of those girls, because some of those girls would be my friends that would be like, yeah, let's go get this drink.
Especially
like,
when
you're on your own.
Especially
Okay?
when they're under the liquor and
You're on your own. I'll be
they're
over here
more
dancing.
confident.
Yeah.
They're more confident. They're gonna be like, hey, so go. He gonna drive me home in his Benz. You don't even have a Benz. You
And
know?
that's the other thing too. Like, you get to a club, you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna flirt, I'm gonna do this, who cares who I'm with, whatever. Next thing you know, you end up going with this random dude in his car, and then you don't even know what happens, and then later, stuff happens.
True.
And you complain.
True. Well, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You get yourself in a
exactly.
really bad
Yeah.
situation.
Like exactly. Like if you're number one, you're drunk, you're in a club, and now you're flirting with somebody for them to give you a drive home. Obviously, they shouldn't take advantage of you, but you're putting yourself in a bad situation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that if someone takes advantage of you, that you
That's
did
okay.
something wrong. You know what I mean? But I'm
exactly.
saying like you're kind of risking some things. Like
You have to
know,
be
you're putting
mindful.
yourself in a not safe situation.
Right.
So
Right.
you got to be.
Guys, comment under, because this right here, I really love this topic of the segment, because it's very
Also, another thing
Very
about girls in the club and stuff.
common.
You've probably seen this as a DJ. So, a guy and a girl's at the club. The guy gets booked cheating with the girl. So the girl comes out and starts, what happens? The girl wants to fight the other girl.
Right?
I'm like,
Bruh,
how
like,
dumb
fight
are
your
you?
dude! Unless the girl knew it.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time,
Bro.
the guy, it's not like she's forcing the guy to do it either, right? Like, literally, if she knows and she's still hitting on the guy should be saying, no, I'm with somebody, right?
Yeah, relax.
Like, I mean, she could probably whoop both their asses, right? But she should whoop both their asses, right? But at the same time, I'm like, usually the first thing is like, oh, like for the girl, I'm gonna fight that girl. Even with guys, a lot of guys are
It's
like, yo,
true.
guys like, oh, that guy's talking to my girl, boom, boom, yo, I'm gonna go knock that guy out. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, well,
I'm going to
your
my car.
girl's entertaining it. She hasn't said once yet, I have a man or what. It's one thing if she says, I have a man,
And
you
he
see it
continues.
keeps coming,
Yeah.
you know, but yeah.
It's true. It's an instant reaction. Like, I'm gonna mess them up. It's like, but aren't you supposed to
Like,
doing that to Buddy over there, who was the one cheating?
Yeah, right?
He's like, she probably
Like, I
doesn't know a lot of
understand.
time.
I mean, maybe it's different in your head, but that's the way I see it.
You're supposed to slap him and then grab her weave. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, grab them at the
But,
bowl at
yo,
the same time.
Going back to what you said, right?
Yeah.
This is a scenario, right? Where it comes down to that you're not supposed to be at a place at a certain time because you know if there might be an outcome to it. So house parties,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? I have a situation here.
So like a house party, like a basement jam, or like a get together.
Get together,
Okay.
apartment or house,
Okay.
right? The girl, there's a guy that she sees from high school.
Okay. Is she in a relationship? She's in a relationship.
She's in a relationship, obviously, right?
Was that an ex?
Someone that liked her,
Okay.
and she knew.
But they never got in a relationship. Okay.
They never got in a relationship. They probably went to the movies, did a little something, nothing too harsh,
Okay.
right? But it could have been. So now a couple of years later comes, they see each other at a house party. She's in a relationship. He's following her all over, talking to her in her space. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, she goes to a room and she calls a taxi. But before she went to the room, she was drinking and she's taking pills.
Oh no.
Right?
Bad. That's not
Bad,
good.
right.
Not a bad combination.
Yeah.
Right. So let's say just the pills. So she tried a pill that she never tried before, influence. Hey, yo, you try this. You had a party. She goes into the room. The guy been following her all over the place. She's in the room. She calls a taxi. But the pill's hitting her.
Yep.
And then she knocks out.
Oh no.
Right? Before she knocks out, let's say like she sees him trying to get with her and
Yeah.
he's just putting himself on her at that time. He doesn't know, but he's putting himself on her. They wake up in the morning and they're both naked.
Yeah, naked, yeah.
Right? What would you say about that situation?
Like so you're saying if that
So
was
she
your-
took a pill
Yeah.
because that's gonna do something to you. If you
Oh,
don't,
like, is it cheating or not? That's what
right? She goes back and says to her boyfriend, "I cheated, or not I cheated, but this guy slept with me when I was under a pill." He gets pissed.
But he should get pissed because you've got to be a bit more responsible. It's like if you're taking number one, don't
That's
take
true.
pills you haven't taken before,
Right.
And don't take
Especially
it in a
if
public
you're not-
place,
yes.
right? Yeah.
So
Yes.
So
and in a place where like it's not like you're in a big dance club or something like that.
Right.
You're in
Right.
somebody's
small
house.
small area with
Yeah.
with even if friends are around, you know, house parties. If two people are in the room and people know they're in there, they're not gonna go bother them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be like,
in there.
right.
Yeah.
A girlfriend might be like, oh, look, they went in there, but they're not gonna knock, or they might knock and come in, but things already started or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like right there, that's cheating to me as well,
I think so too. Yeah.
because
It
you
is.
put yourself in that
Yeah.
position.
Yep.
So y'all gotta get it straight when you guys want to come back and mix the fact that, oh, it wasn't me, I was drunk.
It was the
Blame it
alcohol
on
in
the
me.
I was under a pill.
Alcohol, blame it on the.
Well, I'm gonna say your shit is outside. You know what I'm saying?
They're like, I already packed your stuff. Okay.
What do you mean? Your
Why
mom-
you were all strung out?
What do you mean? Your mom has it. Ain't nothing here.
Wow.
Ain't nothing here
Well,
no more.
it's just like when people say, like you said, alcohol. Like, oh, I went on, I partied. Well, what do you want me to say?
Yeah, like you were drinking.
Like, y'all,
you knew
you
what.
should be responsible.
Oh,
right?
I can hold my liquor and all this. Yo,
Well, obviously
clearly you can.
Yeah. So I got a question
You learned
about.
two lessons.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, okay, so since we're talking about cheating now, is there any situations that you would take somebody back if they cheated? So say they were just, for instance, like obviously
I know
maybe,
it's a hard one.
yeah, you know, and also you guys mentioned different cheating, different levels of cheating. So
Yeah.
is there like one level you might take them back, like the mental one, or
Okay.
you know what I mean, the texting one maybe, or
I have.
Oh,
'cause
shit!
I told you I've been cheated on. Okay.
Right?
More than once. So I have actually.
Same person?
Yes.
Bomba clot.
Yeah. Yeah. You better break the bell, yo. Break the bell.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I actually, in that situation, the person, it was kind of like a mixture. Like, they treated me well, but for the most part, we were also younger, but they didn't have the respect they should have had. Mind you, they also didn't have a good relationship with their mom. And you know what they say, like, if you don't have a good relationship with your mom, that can definitely hinder how you treat, you know, a woman if you're a man, for example, or
Say-
even a woman treating another.
Save that,
Bring
though.
him in.
Save that shit.
Yeah. Okay. So I basically, they cheated, and I was one of those girls that came. No, I was one of those girls that came to the club.
Ooh.
All right.
okay.
Ooh.
So that was a bad day, but
Ooh. In the
I mean, I had a good day afterward. But I mean, it was a bad evening
for that person.
for them too. Yes.
Wow.
But because the girl was one of those ones that knows, so it was a really bad day.
So how?
Ooh.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And no, it's okay.
Oh.
So I ended up taking the person back after that, but not right away. It was like there was a few months that passed. Like, it wasn't right away. It was like, okay, yeah, we're done. We're done.
Jeez.
But then got back together with them, and then there were other times that I found out after that he had cheated too.
How'd you know he cheated?
Because I found out, like, the first time, like the one in the club, the first time I found out because I had my own suspicions, like my own intuition was telling me things weren't adding up, and then yeah, I ended up going to the club, and I knew he was gonna be there that day, and that same girl was also there, but see, when I showed up, he didn't know I was there yet, and was, you know, doing his thing.
Smooching
I'm
and
like, oh,
grabbing.
is that right? That's what's happening today?
Hey, he was smooching and grabbing.
Yeah. So anyways, I took him back after he cheated multiple times, but that also taught me a lot of lessons. So now it wouldn't be the same thing.
Right. You know how I said, how'd you know?
Yeah.
Because I said physical touch, you out.
Yeah.
But is that your same situation if he's physically touching her? Because you didn't see them have sex.
I didn't, but I found out after that they did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then other females, like I said, I found out that he cheated after too, and it was known that yes, that's what it was. But when I found out he had cheated, it was more like, oh, well, we're not really together. It was a really dysfunctional.
So
Yeah.
that being said too,
It was a convenient.
right? So what made
Say
you
that.
go back to that situation? Because
To be honest,
you said twice, right?
yeah, like, to be honest, I went back because I wasn't right with myself yet.
Oh, okay.
That's really what it was, because if you have enough self-respect for yourself,
Yeah.
right? And know this, guys. Put your comments in the comment section, because if you have enough love for yourself and enough self-respect, you're not going to tolerate that. Period.
Of course.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Definitely not no second time either.
Yeah, get some muscles, guys.
Right? Just always remember to love yourself, and you gotta love yourself more than anyone ever will love you, because if people see it, right? If you don't love yourself, people see that, and then they're gonna take advantage of that.
So, Primetime, how about you? Is there any situations that you would take somebody back? Like you said, there's different levels of cheating and stuff, so.
Me, yo, I don't see none of that. To tell you the truth, even my exes I don't talk to. Like, even if...
Oh, yeah? Well, okay, that's good.
No, like, even if they don't... If they didn't cheat on me...
Right.
I still don't have no reason to talk to you or, like, go back.
Right.
So if you cheated on me, that's even worse.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like a cheater, and going back to the exes situation, like, that time was wasted. So why talk to you to waste more time? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like if you cheated... Yo, that's hella time wasted.
Yeah.
For you to even try to get back with me, because it's not working.
Yeah.
So I don't give no blind.
No second chances.
No, because I know I don't want one either. Because I know what I was doing. I know obviously I'm not feeling you. That's why I did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why am I trying to come back? Like, that's just me. I don't like. It's already done. So for that fact, like, nope. You get caught. It's a wrap. And if I get caught, I know it's a wrap. So I'm out anyways, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it.
I mean, that's straight up.
Makes sense.
Right?
Yeah, I'm just...
True.
How about you, though?
Me?
Yo, he's like, me? Like, what happened?
Like, I want to...
I guess it depends, like... Well, yeah, like Coco was saying before, like, you gotta communicate what kind of relationship you're in, right? Because if it's not super serious, then I'm probably not super serious.
Let me know.
No, but you know what I mean? But I mean, if it's something serious, a serious relationship, then probably not. I mean, I could maybe still, like, it's kind of like they're dissing you, right? So,
yeah,
you know, you don't want to come take disrespect and make you look like a fool. So most likely you'll be like, no, you can go on your own way because I ain't got time for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're allowing it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the worst thing.
That's the hardest thing, I think. Yeah.
So like, that's the worst thing. Like, if you're allowing it, you're disrespecting yourself. Because
enabling it.
Because exactly, they're gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna just call back the same dude and said this motherfucker let me back in. So
and they know they can keep doing it,
right?
So, yeah,
and that goes for a lot of things.
Well, we'd really like to hear you guys' comments and views on this, because you know we touch a lot of different things, some controversial, some not, and we just like to hear what your guys' thoughts are, what you guys think cheating actually is, what constitutes cheating, and would you guys ever take somebody back? Have you ever taken somebody back? And even leave a comment about, like, if you caught someone cheating, how you dealt with that situation on the spot.
Yeah, let us know. I want to hear. I want to hear these
hear
stories.
some stories. That's what we want to hear.
Really
that's a rough story right there,
like,
boy.
Woo!
And please don't use the real names.
Yeah, I mean, or use their real names.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, last show Jinx was all about them real names.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Public announcement.
And not only
Public
that,
service. That's what he said.
and not only that, don't say we did it at the Raw Report.
Yeah.
Because you know how we keep it raw, right?
Yeah, we keep. Yeah.
Take it upon yourself. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So having said that, guys, you know we want to thank everyone for tuning in.
Right.
All right. Always keep in touch with us on all our social medias. All right. So we're on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and IG.
Yep.
You'll catch this episode releasing like next Wednesday. And yeah, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in, and you'll be able to see some links at the end of this show as well. If you want to do any research, that's right. If you want to do any research and find out more about relationships, if you have any questions.
Yo, like I said, if you're cheating, you get the boot. You know what I'm saying?
Big boot.
You get the bell, the boot, the horn. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be cheating, just be raw.
And
okay?
if you are cheating and you want someone nice to cheat with, you can call me.
Oh my God.
I'm playing.
No, he ain't playing.
He ain't playing.
Oh, my number will be at the end of the show.
Yeah, right? His link will be there for research purposes. All right?
You know what? We out. We out.
So we're gonna end off like we always do now. We end off the show with a little mix. So I played a little reggae before, so you know I'm gonna kick it off with a little hip-hop R&B. You know what I mean? Don't forget, like we said before, follow us on YouTube, Raw Report Mixshow. All Raw Report, 2 different words, Mixshow 1 word. Facebook, same thing, Raw Report Mixshow. IG, Raw Report _ Mixshow. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna end off the show with little vibes.
Yeah.
Right.
A little relationship vibes.
Yeah. Peace. And that yummy, looking at girls with that yummy will get you in trouble, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you give it your yummy to somebody else, you won't get booted.
Yeah. My advice though is make sure you got your sunglasses with you, because then you can look all around. You won't get bumped.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all about some end of the show mix, you know what I mean? We're gonna mix it up for the last 15 minutes of the show. Don't forget, it's a Raw Report Mix Show. We post up every other Wednesday, you know what I mean? Check our Facebook page, our YouTube page. We'll always have content up there, you know. Whether we have a whole show or not, we got clips up and everything.
Watch the sunset kinda, yeah, yeah. Rolling eyes back in my head and my toes curl, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you
All
got
right.
that yummy, that yummy, that yummy, yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy, that yummy, that yummy, yummy. Work on my way, yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe.
I want to keep it nice and light before we go into the hard stuff, you know what I mean? Like this.
Bloopers today. Yo. You see the stone when you look up, man, and she got blood. She's doing a lot of bloopers today.
You know, I be dropping everything today.
A lot of bloopers. She tried to hit me with this.
Coco's all over the place today, yo.
Oh man.
10 years later, they still in the picture, that's tough. Get to the money on.
You know what I'm saying? That's that rich kid Quavo.
Get to the money on, get some with you, that's tough.
That's tough.
Hey, hey.
Make a phone call and knock 'em off. That's 150 at the loft. I can make a pair of
You know the Raw Report's tough.
like a boss.
Make sure you like and follow, you know what I mean?
I can stack the money in the couch.
Hit the subscribe button and also hit that alert button, you know what I mean? Get alerts whenever we post something new.
But I'm in the land on the range, stability, that's us. That's tight. Wrist bust. I'm talking my pocket, they stuff. You ain't got the money, you bluff. Bluff is better than Rihanna, that's tough. One of those truck, that's tough. You see the stone, you look up. Bad bitch, and she got put up. Huncho in the back, picking up. Don't fuck with it, that's your loss. Big back, we'll blow the face off. Money make
We're gonna keep it moving. Some more amigos, let's go.
We don't get no fuck. Look, we don't get no fuck. We don't get no fuck. We don't get no fuck. I done public, and we run shit. I done public, and we run shit. I got too many diamonds on, I look awesome.
Yo, I'm gonna keep juggling right now, you know? End up the show.
I done shit them problems off, now I'm bossing.
Woke up the price of coke up. I just hit them with the low cut and call my
You know we do.
somebody about to get poked up. Go call a tow truck. All that talking out your
That new Nicki Minaj. Yikes!
This a Mack truck, not a black truck.
That's what happens when you find a guy cheating. It's like, yikes!
Hella bands, full of stashed up, super facts up. All you bitches, Rosa Parks, get your ass up.
Here we go!
Yikes, I play tag and you in for life. Yikes, you a clown, you do it for life. Yikes, this is tight, but it doesn't bite. Whip it right, keep it light. Yikes, what's the hype? This is something light. Yikes, out of town.
Let me play another female artist right now, you know.
Work hard, it's a different way. Get your life.
Alright, young man, kick it.
Straight off the rip, get to the bag. The pennies and triple my cash and shit on my past. Yeah. Had to put a lock on my heart cause the love don't last. Really rich but I'm humble but I won't brag.
Let me get some more crunk stuff right now. Gotta end up the show with a bang, you know what I mean?
Gotta talk to these little dumb niggas preach.
Let's go.
New money but I'm getting back to my old ways. Still hood nigga, still gotta get the chicken wings with the low man. Still good when I pull up clap, red light for the road thing. Hollywood
with 3 niggas.
Gotta keep that moving. Money bag, yo.
On top of my ones ain't tinted. Trap out, jump like a wings on a dentist. Shit, I decide when I finish. Race that judge, decide if you sick. Oh, she a bad bitch, eat the pussy like a spinach. She a so dick, on the way to the dentist. I ain't never leaving my bitch, she a dime. Why would I switch out a dime for a
Alright.
The drip is a D or a hoodie. Dash on 4 niggas somewhere to put it.
Black youngster, money bag, yo. That one's called 1, 2, 3.
Championship ring like a small face patty. Lambo truck car park in the match. I met her in June, she let me hit song. She ate the dick like a prune. I hop in her phone, the bass go boom. Call me Lil Boosie, I zoom. I'm still on that hood shit, right with a full clip. Tank top fruity long right now. I'm whistle before.
Don't forget also follow the Cream Team Facebook too, you know? Cream Team sound.
Shit, I decide when I finish. Race that judge, she decide if you sick. Fuck, she a bad bitch, eat the pussy like a spinach. She a so dick, on the way to the dentist. I ain't never leaving my bitch, she a dime. Why would I switch out a dime for a penny? Why would I switch out a dime for a penny? Why would I switch out a dime for an ink? Why would I switch out a dime for a penny?
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. Pop Smoke.
Yeah, let me see some.
That's the Jack Boys, Pop Smoke, Travis Scott.
Can I say love if we get this one? I'm from the floor, sweet.
Yeah.
They couldn't be clear, so they couldn't I got a lot of these jokes.
Good artist gone away too soon, you know what I mean?
I don't know, but I woke up and I'm in that Bugatti, moving too hard. Them pots like who shot you? Me and Trey, that's what's up. Man down. All you see is helicopters, paramedics, pick him up. They gon' send him to the doctor. I'm in the high.
Let me let out some of that gangster stuff right now, you know? Raw report, so we gotta keep it raw. Let's get raw.
If you want smoke, it's what I said. And I got a bad bitch, ass up, face down. Yeah, she love doggy style.
Oh shoot.
She got a Louis back, that whole extendo. Okay. Flex, my bitch love Coco.
Gotta pick up the man Brizzy. We all love Coco, right? That's.
Let me see some. Okay. My bitch love Coco.
Coco Lane. We got Coco right here, you know?
Let me see some. Okay.
Can I bring some gangster right now? Some more of that Jack Boys, you know what I'm saying? Young Thug.
I just put my car in a bus with. I used to jump. Now I jump off of a jet. I used to tell her, baby, the dust. Then I got over the shit. She was drinking my sweet. Yo, bitch, she was down my club. How we cut her shit. She said she wanted some color. Oh, my baby, I want all for you.
You know we do Raw Report Mixshow.
She gets a cup of shit. I eat my leg.
Follow us YouTube, Raw Report Mixshow.
Hey, darling. Hey, baby girl. So my private. Close your eyes, it's just me and you.
Don't forget to look out for the party called Glow Fest, March 20th inside Crave. Cream Team will be in the building, Blacks on the place, Soca Sweetness, Buzz be a whole bunch of DJs.
Her mouth kicking shit. She knows she got the key.
We're gonna keep it moving. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Some of that new Tory Lane. We're gonna keep it crunk right now.
Damn, I ain't been broken a bit, don't get a fit. So I don't go in a bitch, fucking a hole in the kitchen. Fuck up the sit, I do not dance, I'm jitty.
That's how we get raw and dirty. Raw Report Mixshow, right?
Ice on my neck and my wrist and my fist, I like bitch. I was just working at Denny's, came back and counted some millions. I ain't no regular civilian. Red, yellow, green, look like my neck a chameleon. Okay, spin it. Damn, I ain't been broken a minute. I hate this bitch, she fitted. I'm at your bitch, she fitted. Let me finish. I credit Chevy for 40. My skin, my bustin' box up to 08. I cannot cut you fucking on my birthday.
Raw Report Mixshow. You know we just ending off the show.
I ain't been broken a minute.
Got a few more to go, you know what I mean?
I need a swipe in the ditch, call it up Kale. He the 250 on big.
Let's go.
Mom play kick it, fuck that little bit, make them beat it. She wanna leak it, she wanna see it. Hey, fuck that bitch, my face wasn't in it. Hey, bitch, two scans on beat. Bands in my head, little prick. Hit another band on grandma. When I was broken, she first. Then I got rich and I hit it. Home down, bitch, like G. We so strong, I feel like I'm pop out the spin. I cut the corner and bitch. Bitch, I'm a menace like this. Don't tell me pussy, I need a percentage. If you gon' fuck me, this shit is expensive. No strong right, swipe my gift, get paid. I ain't been broken a minute. I ain't been broken a minute.
We ain't been broke for a minute. We never broke with the Raw Report, you know what I mean? Yeah, let's go.
Now what you did with my kid? I got the money in the pocket. 20 racks inside the land truck and niggas sliding, dog.
You don't have to
I just put 20 racks
say goodbye, but you know.
Sliding, dog. I get a bag to double it. All of they talking ain't had enough. These niggas calling the peace tree. Bitch, I been turning the static up. Nigga, I'm turning the savage up. Been anywhere rushing the fleet. Ay, I bet that candy got reach. I still keep it under the seat. I buy the rubber bands for a living. I might keep the racks in the meat. And I got Fiji on me. She mistake my paddock for the scene.
Here we go.
I was in Dallas at V-Live. Honeycomb settings in the chain like a beehive. He say ain't more the static with a nigga. Seen him in the streets. He ain't trying to be about it. Hey, then I'm crippin' and serious.
And if y'all liking the mix too, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you like that mix, you like that hip hop. If you have any music you want to hear, you know.
Truck with the Gucci interior. Ay, when I was bending the block with the lasers out, he thought it was Christmas. Up the block and knock his braces out. He called him slipping. We was working at that vegan house. God forgive me. I used to fuck with my real. Now it's the jail with my feet up. I got the money and power. Now none of these niggas can see us. I wanna get friends on first. I'm probably beefing with Peter. I got a pay to leave him. This body cheaper to keep him. I keep about 20 racks inside the land truck, a nigga sliding, dog. I just put 20 racks on his head, the young nigga sliding, dog. I get a bag to double it. All of that talking ain't had enough. These niggas calling the peace tree. Bitch, I been turning the static up.
Finessing and trapping and trapping and trapping. Finessing and trapping and trapping and trapping and trapping.
No, I meant
Finessing and trapping and trapping and trapping. Finessing and trapping and trapping and trapping.
We're gonna juggle at the end of the show like this, you know.
Drinking only my phone. You know where I go, I go. First and the third, taking they beat out the dope. Funky they day when they count, they take my hands. They some breaking the bow. Serving their bitches, turning you down. Trapping and rapping and drumming up low.
Big drip, big drip. I'm in love with a lit bitch. Ayy, quick shit. Ayy, she wanna suck on a lit dick. Ayy, couple bitches I get lit with. Couple bitches I get lit with. I been spit. I give a fuck who you bit with. Ayy. Bow. They loving the style. They loving the style. Send me the Addy, I'm hunting down. Send me the Addy, I'm hunting down. Good. Bow, bow, bow. Good. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm gonna give it time. Straight forward, I don't need time. I did. I bought a woman, I ain't leaving mine. Bow. I bought a woman, I ain't leaving mine. Shoot with me. I give a fuck if you coolin' with me. You say you ain't GDK. What the fuck is you doing with me? Hold up with me. Yes. I need the money and PD. Bitch told me that she need me. I don't like the way you treat me. Biggies. I'm giving up the biggies. Man, person, they believe me. Freeze all the hit.
Oh, we're gonna keep that mix moving right now.
We with it, we on defense. She let me fuck with me.
Cops gonna if you want your back. Oh baby, you not in your first. I be here, say you buying them first. I can't even lie, he ain't my side, he ain't even know they find it first. I can guarantee you if you my kind.
This is my track.
You can imagine big house. I can really keep bragging on the house.
Brizzy said that's his track, so we gotta pull it back and bring it again, you know?
We're in the mix. Jinx from the Cream Team Sound.
You know we do.
Cops gonna if you want your back. Oh baby, you be lying in your purse. I be here, say you buying them first. I can't even lie, he ain't my side, he ain't even know they find it first. I can guarantee you if you my kind, she got every bag you can imagine. Big house, I can really keep bragging. 100,000 in my mouth, I was had, and not a big cheap tea, that's embarrassing. He ain't me, you can keep the comparison. My bitch probably one of the baddest. Good girl, turning into a savage. Dispatch, got a problem in traffic. We can't do imagine G-Wagon. Low key, I been keeping it classy. Could be really out here doing them nasty. Niggas couldn't even see me in Nashville. Just started and them niggas in basket. I ain't even tried to when I passed them. Giving looks, I contribute to fashion. Drop a song, I be giving them cash. Stand alone, I should regular rap. Brand new car, these noisy. Come through when it's rolling. You ain't got no worry. Don't care about your boyfriend. See me, I get nervous. I damn near did it perfect. Work hard and determined. It's safe to say I earned it. None of you guys can flash me. Matter of fact, none of you guys can flash me. Listen, this my nigga. I made him $1 million. Fuck it, we all rich. I ain't tryna have these girls now, so we fuck with the rubber, but I got a raw bitch. Know these money bring heat, you probably won't beat me, but bro, you can't be right on raw shit. Overseas got the crowd on my shit. Can't believe I'm still in an apartment. Spending man when they got me in office. $1 million deals, I get them often. $1 million was serving on Broad Street. All the G, he gon' stay with his Charleston. I got raw that shit, made me a monster. He bitch, you know this my sister, my mama's. Now they houses as big as they want them. I didn't run up on no fucking commas. Look at the numbers. Been like we in the race, I'm coming first and second, but I won't ever be last. Lady, I been in my bag, but told me don't take my foot off your gas. They give you a hit, gonna take you a mile. I'ma shoot by myself like a 10 up a 5. City to city, got girls gon' rap, and I picture my chain when I jump in the crowd. Now I'm solo, got a squad. We finally made it.
We're gonna play about 2 more, you know, before we head out of here.
I'm running it right to the back. They want me to eat, I didn't even any breathing. I'm sorry,
Don't forget, Follow the Raw Report YouTube, Raw Report Mixshow. We always got links up there, you know what I mean? Got content for you to watch.
She on that 42K with no chase. I'm trying to get out of here and go taste. Yeah, my down on TV. They don't want to see us on TV and listen to news. I got something to lose. Yeah, I got something to lose. In this shit, I didn't pay on my dues. No instruction, ain't talking about it. I be walking on these, you hear? I just pray that my kids be bigger me. They can get rid of my down on TV. They don't want to see us on TV and listen to news. I got something to lose. Yeah, I got something to lose. In this shit, I didn't pay on my dues. No instruction, ain't talking about it. I be walking on these, you hear? I just pray that my kids be bigger me. They can get rid of me. Wake up every day, somebody arrest. I got really money, they ask me. I was in it,
well, you know how we do. Raw Report Mixshow. We're about to get up on out of here, you know what I mean? We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget, follow us, YouTube, Raw Report Mixshow, Facebook, Raw Report Mixshow, IG, Raw Report _Mixshow, and of course, leave comments, follow us, subscribe, click the bell so you get updates. That's how we do. On behalf of Jinx, I'm out of here. Y'all want to say bye to the people? Peace. We out.
Out, guys. Be back soon. Hit us up, guys.
No instruction ain't talking about it. I be walking on beaches, you hear me? I just feel in my KBB.